What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Aftersound here, bringing you Splinterlands content every single day. We also stream right here on this channel as well as on Twitch, so make sure you come by and say hello. This video is also brought to you by My Music, which is available anywhere you stream music under the name Aftersound. And I do have a new song out recently called Tide, so check it out. Let me know what you think, and I appreciate the support. All right, guys. Well, clearly, I just lied to you. I have not been posting videos every single day. For those of you who might be following me on other platforms, I was traveling for about a week, and I got to attend the wedding of a very old friend of mine. I mean, we go back like 20 plus years, and it was a fun time. I partied a little too hard, and you could probably hear it in my voice now. Still a little bit under the weather, so I haven't been able to get back to live streaming and videos, but I am going to try now just because there's so much that I missed during this kind of week and a half that I have not been posting any content. And Splinterlands is just exciting, man. Doesn't matter what's happening in the rest of the market. There's always cool stuff going on in the world of Splinterlands. So let's go ahead and jump into this. This is one of the first videos that I wanted to get into because it means a lot to me. And this is about Klei. So my big thing is the best investment that the DAO has made in its infancy so far, just the last couple of years, is getting Klei on as a project manager. And if you remember, I was a big advocate of this early on. When Klei was kind of putting his name out there a couple of years ago, we had him on the channel to answer a couple of questions. And I'm not going to take credit by any means for getting him in there, but I just wanted to make sure that I was doing everything that I could to get Klei into the role. And I think now, coming up to 2 years later, we can all very clearly see just how pivotal it has been to have a project manager, and more importantly, somebody as passionate as Clayboyne in this role, who's gone in and just absolutely killed it by making sure that things are organized, by seeing projects all throughout, by managing the finances appropriately. It's been a no-brainer, and I hope that 2 years later, people are starting to see and recognize the fruits of the labor that he has really put into this. So, in going with that, we do have a new proposal here to renew and adjust Clayboyne's contract. Now, this is something, when he came in 2 years ago, it was just for a year, so we could see how it is. Last year, he opted to renew it for another year, so here we are coming up to the end of 2 years, and Klei is putting in another renewal. Now, there's a couple of quick things here. I do want to read through what he has, so I'm going to try and go through it relatively quickly, but it's just, again, if you're not paying attention or not going into the details of this, I think it's worth your time just to hear it from Klei's words himself. So let me go ahead and just cover this really quickly. So the purpose of this proposal is to renegotiate meaning Klei's contract with the DAO, and to ensure that the DAO has a continuity of service as my current contract is nearly at an end. I'm making the proposal now to ensure that myself and the DAO have time to prepare for any necessary handoffs in the event that the proposal is rejected. It's been about 2 years now since I've started the job, and it's definitely been intense at times. In fact, I'd say this is currently the quickest pace we've ever seen the company and DAO manage to maintain, and that is very much a team effort with many people, including myself, putting in massive hours and hard work. Fortunately for me, I enjoy the challenge, and this job has been many things, but never boring. All that said, I do feel like we need to address a couple of things in regards to terms of my employment. I feel like after nearly 2 years, most of you have gotten to know me much better, have seen what value I bring to the project, and many of you realize and often comment on the countless hours that I put into this project, and he does put in a ton of time. The hours part is easy enough for me, as this is genuinely what I want to be doing. I've been trying to get better at making myself take a day off each week, which occasionally happens, and I did manage to use one of my weeks of vacation to visit Japan this year. My second week of vacation is actually going to be a bit of a working vacation in mid-October, as I'm going to use it to go and represent the DAO at HiveFest. So thanks for that, Klei. I love this job and getting to work for and build value for all of us every day. I'd love to keep doing it for the foreseeable future, and I hope that by this point I've proven to you that my intentions are good and that I have no problem working relentlessly on behalf of and to protect this community. Now, firmly in my midlife phase, it's becoming clear to me that I need to be doing things to take better care of my health, both physically and better care of myself, both physically and financially. So I'll be asking for a raise to help cover the cost of health insurance and offset some legal fees I've been carrying related to this position. There have been quite a few suggestions to make my contract open-ended, and after some consideration, I honestly don't see why not. It's only a proposal, it only takes a proposal or resignation to end the contract either way. This should help to provide a better sense of certainty for both my personal life and the DAO. All that said, thanks for your time and consideration. Let's jump to the actual terms of the proposal. So here you go. If this proposal passes, the DAO will continue to employ Clayboyne in the role of project manager until the DAO submits and passes a proposal to terminate that employment, or Clayboyne chooses to resign at the end of a monthly billing period. The details of employment will be as follows. So the rate of pay will be increased to $6,000 as opposed to $5,000. So that'll be a total of, I think, $12,000 more per year. Claiborne may take up to 2 weeks of paid vacation during any calendar year at times that he determines will not be disruptive to the DAO or ongoing projects, and Claiborne will know that notify the SPS DAO Foundation Board of any vacation plans. So I'm just fully in favor of this. Again, you heard me singing the accolades for Clay earlier. I actually love the fact that this is becoming open-ended now, so that this doesn't need to be something we revisit every year, and hopefully it provides Clay with a little bit more security for what, you know, his timeline and career planning and all that. But I think Clay's done a fantastic job. I hope he stays with the DAO for a long time. And more importantly for Clay, I hope that the DAO and we, as SPS stakeholders, make it worthwhile for Clay to stay. This is something that he's obviously passionate about. He brings a lot of value in. And so, obviously with this, with the game continuing to push forward, with the DAO continuing to push forward, my hope is that this just becomes a place that Clay never wants to leave because he's bringing value and it's bringing value back to him. So that's all I have for you guys in this video. Just wanted to cover this. I will be voting for it, and I hope you will consider voting for it as well. But let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Otherwise, I'll catch you all in the next video and see you around the game. Take care.